Okay, Chalu. Okay, got it. No problem. Okay. सुन यूनान रियो वाली है. Okay. Chinese attack. सुन यूनान is Chinese नाम से तो नहीं रखती.
कौन
सुन यूनान.
कौन है?
The Chinese who attacked. हाँ. Live. Okay. Welcome to the bridge, guys. I am Vithi,
I'm Akhilesh.
and we are here to definitely cover the Vinesh Phogat's semi-final bout. But before we do that, the bout hasn't started yet. But before we do that, there are a couple of historical moments that happened before this, during the daytime when the sun rose on the horizon. Um, we definitely start talking about this with Vinesh Phogat's bout against Yui of Japan, the world number one, the defending Olympic champion, who was undefeated for 82 straight times. Now make it 82-1 because Vinesh Phogat has arrived.
Yes, I think a big moment for us earlier in the day. The day started on a high, and we have been waiting for this for a few days now. And it was not the most expected thing because we were expecting a a very difficult game, which was a difficult game, but also for the Japanese to sort of edge through, and this being an opportunity for Vinesh to playing their repechage. But Vinesh took the Japanese by surprise, and yeah, here we are now, rooting for Vinesh in a semi-final game soon.
Yeah, so when the draws were out, all right, the popular discourse that was across the sporting circuit as far as Vinish's bouts were concerned, that people were not discussing about the very first bout and the gold and silver thereafter, but they were more interested to analyze the repechage bracket that Vinesh might possibly face and how it could possibly have best chance to bronze. But Vinesh Phogat, big Vinesh Phogat in 50 kg weight category turned the whole thing around. So when the bout started, Akhilesh, it was sort of a defensive action from both of those wrestlers and Vinesh. They both didn't attack, but I mean, at least Vinesh didn't attack, but Yui attacked in some capacity, and Vinesh, without any counter to that attack, earned, basically gave away Yui a passivity point. The same happened for the second point as well. Vinesh was still not attacking. And just when we thought that this is going to build upon one point or the other for the next, for all the times to come till the counter clock, Vinesh attacked in the last moments of the bout. And after she was done, she just ran away towards the coach. Uh,
Yes, her strategy for the game was spot on. She knew that if she would attack early on, she's gonna expose her defense, and that will lead to the Japanese running away with the game because the Japanese has done that so many times in the past. And given that she has not even lost a single point in her run to win the gold in Tokyo Olympics, it was given that there would be a cautious start from Vinesh, trying to keep her defense strong and use all her experience in her game and try to avoid the Japanese sort of getting a lot of points and eventually winning by a technical superiority. And she was solid with her defense, and she was not bothered by the passivity points that went to the Japanese way, and she waited for the right moment to attack. And the Japanese was looking a little nervous because it was getting closer, and she was not.
she was
She was,
stunned.
yeah. This is
Yui
the
Suzuki was stunned.
Yes, this is an uncharted territory for Yui Sasaki because, like, if you've not seen her play uh, all 6 minutes in such a close encounter much, and then as soon as the moment arrived, Vinesh seized it and won the game. And it was a very emotional moment. We saw Vinesh run around and then just like lie on the mat. Big emotional moment for all she's been through over the last few years, a couple of knee surgeries, and the protests, and a lot of disappointments at different intervals when it comes to the Olympics as well. So she has sort of this time shown her entire determination and resilience, and sort of come up. And yeah, big moment for the day for Vinesh. And then the second match as well, I think it was not an easy opponent who was of high European pedigree, um, Oksana, and
Oksana.
from Ukraine. So that was also another strategic bout where she did go ahead 2-0 at halftime. and tried to sort of keep the attack going. The second half of that match was much more intense. I think both of them were trying to attack and counter attack, which did help Vinesh in the end to get a few more points and eventually oust the opponent to reach where she has reached right now.
So I think especially when she got through the first round, Vinesh Phogat, all right, it was quite evident on her face, not just her face, but her coach as well, Waller, who was half celebrating, half screaming her to not
Yes.
let go. Uh, it was evident what this first round win meant for Vinesh as a wrestler, but also to Waller as a coach, because what Vinesh has faced off the mat for past 2 years is something that might have destroyed someone's career,
Yes,
because
definitely.
standing against the people in power, getting dragged on the streets, being called as an athlete who do not care about the nation anymore, requires a lot of courage and guts. And that's
Yes.
exactly what Vinesh Phogat has did. And not only that, after the protest, she had the courage to come back. It was just because of the injury she had to struggle before the Asian Games, and then she even had to leave her daughter category, as we mentioned. 53 kg category is her niche, her comfort zone. But with the desperation to represent India, has eventually forced Vinesh Phogat to represent the country in 50 kg category. And on that note, guys, we are here at the semi-finals of 50 kg category, where Vinesh Phogat is taking up the Cuban uh, Lopez, and they have faced each other before in the Spanish
Yes. Right
Grand Prix.
before the lead up to the Paris Olympics, we did see Vinesh go and win the Spanish Grand Prix.
Hmm.
And in that event, she did come across the Cuban in the very first round, and Vinesh did win that game comfortably 12-4. So this is a known opponent, and she must be confident. But the Cuban also sort of is having a very good Olympic Games, and she has won a couple of very good games so far, and that should give her confidence as well. So this should be a close bout. It's not going to be. She can't take it for granted because a Cuban is a good wrestler. But Vinesh has been so strong with her defense, and now as we do see, there has been a caution awarded to the Cuban wrestler.
Yeah.
That she should be scoring a point before the 30 seconds, otherwise Vinesh will go ahead in the scorecard. But it is a very close bout, and yeah, I mean, lots are on stake at this point of the game, and the Cuban will know that if she does lose this game, she might have to face Yui Sasaki in the repechage sign. So her biggest bet for a medal is by winning this game. So she will definitely know that as well.
Exactly. And there goes Vinesh Phogat with the first point on her scorecard with almost 4 minutes left on the counter clock. Vinesh Phogat is leading by 1-0, which obviously is a very, very small margin when you're talking about wrestling, because it's a game of margins and the seconds, isn't it? And I think Kilish, there's one more thing that might have happened today after Vinesh defeated Yui Sasaki the is that somehow all the wrestlers, I mean, regardless of the fact that Vinesh is an amazing wrestler, iconic wrestler, uh, but 50 kg is something that she doesn't represent quite often, right? But when Vinesh Phogat defeated Yui Sasaki, I think the whole bracket might have started taking her more seriously than they would have expected in the first
Yes,
place.
yes. As we see now, Vinesh has also been given a caution to sort of start attacking. So that's a tricky part. Now,
Hmm.
if the Cuban gets the 1 point, she will be going ahead in the tie. So now it's time for Vinesh to sort of get herself going in the attack point of view. Definitely, yes. I think she has been a bit of an unknown over the last few years, at least. I think before for the Jakarta Asian Games, she was in the 50 kg category. But over the last few years after that, she has been in the 53 kg category, and she has been there before as well.
Exactly.
As we do approach halftime, it's 1-0 to Vinesh.
Hmm.
And yes, I think they will have to start taking her more seriously, and she does become a contender right now, that she has cleared a big thorn in the path in the name of Susaki. So
Big Thorn? I think it was a whole palace.
yes, definitely, because she's a four-time world
She
champion
conquered
as
the
well.
whole
Not
fort.
yes, she's a four-time world champion as well, not just an Olympic champion from
Yeah.
Tokyo. So and she is the world number one. So
Huh.
it's all in
And
all
what
that.
does that 82 number say? So basically, it's like no one defeated her since she was in fifth grade.
Yes, definitely. No one, but no non-Japanese. I think
Non-Japanese.
this is a third loss or fourth loss in her entire career to anyone, and
Mm,
the first time she's lost to a non-Japanese.
exactly.
But
And we are back in the bout again. Vinesh Phogat has a lead of 1-0.
work to be done because she has
Hmm,
been cautioned and will soon have a 30-second count. So
exactly.
she has to sort of start going in the attack in this round.
But even Cuban here is sort of resisting her attacks quite
Yes,
well. She's not giving her any chance, any open ends to grab her and hold or score any points.
yeah, it is being a very close semi-final encounter, and it's sort of getting into the nervous moments where we
Hmm.
saw in the first game that Vinesh did capitalize.
Hmm.
But yeah, her three bouts have been very nervy, and she has sort of had close encounters. So she will want to sort of get things done a little quicker here.
Hmm.
And now she does get the 30-second count, where before which she will need to score a point. And now we are getting into the last 2 minutes of the game. So
Yes.
if the Cuban does score a point now, so Vinesh will be going behind because Cuban is the more recent one to score the point, which does make things tricky right now.
Exactly. So in next 30 seconds, Vinesh Phogat has to score a point because she has been cautioned for passivity, and which eventually will bring Cuban back into the competition. As I said, it's a very small margin, a point of one and two. You know, you just flip the person and it changes the whole thing around. But here Vinesh Phogat is
As we see,
trying
she does score 2 points.
2
That is
points,
really good from the Indian grappler, and she has used all her
all her
experience
experience,
and
and
is trying to find a way to uh,
to get more on scorecard.
yes, to turn the
But
wrestler.
Cuban has locked. She's not giving her any open end to counter her back. And there, two more
She's
points
trying
to
to pin
Vinesh
her.
Phogat.
Vinesh is trying to pin the Cuban over here, and if she does put her down with both her back and the hands behind, but the Cuban has done well over
Well,
here.
on countering that, but
Yes.
regardless of that fact, it's 5-0. Two more points on scorecard for Vinesh Phogat.
And now she has a healthy lead going with
Yes.
1 minute and 20 seconds left in the game. A big moment this could be for India in their wrestling because we have seen Sakshi Malik win a bronze, but we've not seen a better medal than that for any women in
Yeah.
Indian wrestling, and this is a historic moment.
And considering this is Vinesh Phogat's third Olympics, Akhilesh, and last Olympics have been quite unfortunate. In the first,
Yes,
if we talk about the 2016 Rio Olympics, she had an unfortunate injury where she was left unguarded against Sun Yunan of
yes.
the dragon, right? And
It was a similar moment to what happened to Nisha Dahiya,
Nisha Dayyar,
unfortunately
yes,
yesterday,
unfortunately.
where she was in tears, and it was a dream that was shattering in front of her, and
Hmm.
she couldn't do anything about it, where she
Yeah,
ruptured her
she was so
ACL.
helpless. I mean, this is
Yes,
what you work for
yes.
4 consecutive
Yes,
years.
she was coming full of confidence after winning the bronze medal in the 2014 Asian Games, and she was looking like a bright young wrestler, 21 years of age, very young age to sort of go and have a very big knee injury, and sort of recovering from that.
Hmm.
To coming here and performing in the big stage, and also last year she had another knee injury where it
Hmm.
was it was sort of
Around
an
the
issue,
Asian
and then the
Games.
rise of Antim Pangal has played a big part also in her sort of she's switching her wrestling bout,
Hmm.
and that is almost that.
That
And
and
Vinesh Phogat
that
has confirmed the fourth medal for
India,
India at the
and she has
Paris
become the
Olympics.
first Indian women wrestler to reach the finals of the Olympics. Vinesh Phogat. I don't think so. It could have come at any other
The
time, and they
coach,
could
is
never
in
be better
tears as
time.
well at the
Exactly.
same moment. So this
Waller
has
has
been an emotional.
Waller has come in for Vinesh when she needed someone the
Yes,
most. Vinesh Phogat, guys, has become the first Indian women wrestler to reach the finals of an Olympics. And out of all three Olympics, I cannot stress enough on this that this couldn't have come on a better time
yes.
when Vinesh Phogat needed to prove herself.
And she was
Not
doubted on all cylinders because
exactly.
she was not looked at as a medal favorite at all. She was like,
because she changed her weight category.
yes, and also her like sort of how many times she has played around in this weight category, and over the last few years, she's coming back from her injury, and she lost to Antim Pangal in a game. So it's all yeah. It was a doubt that she would even make the Paris Olympics. She did well to sort of take the decision to change her weight category and come right in time to go to the Paris qualifiers. And
Exactly.
yeah, that this is a big moment for
I
Indian
cannot go
wrestling.
back and think
And
about the wrestling trials that took place before Paris Olympics, where the final squad needed to be underlined.
yes,
Vinesh Phogat in headlines throughout those trials of her being questioned time and again on her choice in participating in true two weight categories for the trials, the 50 kg and 53 kg
yes.
category. Questions, and I suppose today is the answer to all of them.
Yes, she has answered and in style. I think this is a big story for Indian sports in general, and Vinesh Phogat now will be spoken and will be taken as an inspiration for so many new athletes in different sports to come, generation after generation.
Exactly.
She has, and she will all eyes will be on her as she's going to go and shoot get it for gold tomorrow.
Now
I
the
think
actual chance to wear that Olympic glory, not just India, but Vinesh Phogat have not been able to touch that elusive one. The crown that India has not been able to grab in a sport like wrestling, where we have been dominating the mat for so long, and I don't think any other wrestler could have done it better than Vinesh Phogat.
yes, absolutely. And you have seen her win medals everywhere else. It was this medal that really she's regardless her entire wrestling career
Yeah.
is bright and shining. But this medal was what eluded her, and basically what she's done is now and gone and got that against all the odds. This
Yeah.
is an incredible story for Indian
Exactly. So I
sports.
still remember there was an interview that got out when she won the 50 kg trial. Not one. It was during the 50 kg trial, right? She said that हम wrestling को फिर से जी रहे हैं.
Yes,
It's like a moment of rebirth for Vinesh Phogat and her wrestling, and not just Vinesh Phogat, but the whole Indian wrestling. For those who stood with her, against her, critiqued her, criticized her, you like her, you hate her, but Vinesh Phogat is coming home with a medal around her neck, the Olympic medal, and the color is yet to be decided. But Vinesh Phogat has become that mythical icon, and this feat started with her defeating the best in the world in 50 kg weight category, the Yui Sasaki, and then winning her semi-final bout and reaching to the finals. I think it's the moments that one would always go back and rewatch and reminisce
yes.
just to understand the gravity of this win
Yes,
today.
it's gonna be etched in the history books of
Yeah, yeah,
Indian India and the Olympics,
yeah.
and one story that will be spoken for years and years to come in a sport that has been popular for India over the years. But this story has so much in it, and just what Vinesh has achieved right now is out of the world.
Exactly. And I think the story becomes more important considering what she has seen in last couple of years. Because the way she has been projecting herself, the way she was located in the whole wrestling circuit for past couple of years, getting back on getting back on mat, making a decision to play in 50 kg category, not only playing in 50 kg category but qualifying in the same category, then defeating the world champion, someone who's not been defeated by a non-Japanese wrestler for 82 times, 82 big times, and then uh, marching on to the finals of the Paris Olympics. Vinesh Phogat has created a legacy. It's going to go down in the books, in the tomes and the tales of legends this time around. Something that people are going to talk about for the ages to come. And who else than Vinesh Phogat? No one could have done it other than
Yes,
Vinesh Phogat.
definitely. Uh, we were not expecting a medal, but
We are glad she proved us
she
wrong.
has the reputation, and she like someone with a reputation of in wrestling, like Vinesh Phogat. Like who better to give you an unexpected medal than Vinesh Phogat?
Exactly.
I think the flag will be flying high, and hopefully it does go into the center, and the national anthem is played in Paris tomorrow, and that would be a magical moment for India.
So regardless of the color, I suppose Akhilesh Vinesh Phogat is will go down as one of the greatest athletes India has ever had
Yes,
because of what she has been doing on mat, off mat, the way she has been narrating the importance of security in wrestling as a sport, what India needs at this moment, and Vinesh Phogat has shut down the critiques with an Olympic medal.
she has.
And when we so tomorrow is going to be the finals for her category, and we'll see more wrestling actions coming in. We have Antim Panghal who will be representing India in 53 kg category. She's also a medal hopeful, better medal hopeful than Vinesh Phogat. So it'll be interesting to see how she turns around the game. Um, but right now, I think it's important as the sun has set on the horizon. I'm not going to repeat that, but it's important to just digest the gravity of what Vinesh Phogat has done today as she marches on to the final of the Paris Olympics. Just when we thought that Paris Olympics is going to give us surprises, Vinesh Phogat drops a big one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a historic day for India when it comes to the Olympics, and yeah, let's just do a small recap of that as well. I think we saw our golden arm Neeraj Chopra also hit a big throw in
Exactly.
his
So
first.
I think there have been a lot of conversations about Neeraj having his injury, and he hasn't been quite active in this particular season. He has attended just couple of tournaments, and particularly he didn't exactly stage the mind-boggling performances. But so I think that sort of set the narrative of how we might see Neeraj performing at the Paris Olympics. But Neeraj Chopra being Neeraj Chopra, the golden arm, the javelin Jedi had hit 89.3 for his second best throw throughout his career, to just make a statement, to just say that, you know what, you had this wrong conceptions about my game. I'm back, and I'm back strong.
Yes, I think yeah, definitely showed what he's got, showed what he's been preparing for over the last few months. He's taken really important, crucial decisions in missing the tours and
Exactly.
playing some tours over the last few
Hmm.
years. And he also sort of like the guy, what he defines. The tours where out of the tours he played, one of that was in India in Bhubaneswar. So he had that he wanted to come back and play in India once before he goes back
Yeah.
and shows it in the big stage again. So I think he is an epitome of Indian sports, and you will be wanting him to perform well wherever he goes. So it was a happy moment for him to just show what he's got in his very first throw and hit it over an 89, and we will be seeing him in a couple of days. Like getting that historic gold again, back to back goals. That would be some moment, wouldn't it?
Exactly. And with that, thank you so much for joining us in this live